Hello, fellow fan geeks. It's your fangirl Teal'c, and today we are watching Stargate SG-1, episode 20 of 21. So let's do this. Why wait?
Beware the destroyers. That's what the message said. These are the coordinates the Gould will launch their attack from. It was a warning.
It's like a vision foretells.
No, it wasn't a vision or a dream or hallucination. It was real. Now, I know this is hard for you guys to believe, but I swear to you, the entire time you thought I had disappeared on P3R233, I was experiencing an alternate reality.
And you were there, and you were there, and there's no place like home.
As a matter of fact, you were there.
Daniel, it's not that we don't believe you.
So you do.
No, it's just that we don't believe you.
Jack, this is very important.
All right, Daniel, when you were in this alternate reality, were there differences?
Yes. Teal'c was leading the attack on Earth. I wasn't even part of the program. You and Jack were engaged to be married.
What?
Excuse me?
What? Okay, even if you did actually experience this alternate reality, doesn't the very fact that there were differences mean that we won't face the same fate?
Yes, but the defining event, the death of Ra, took place in both worlds.
An attack of retribution.
Yes! And the same thing is going to happen here unless we stop it.
Wait a minute, let me get something straight. Engaged?
Engaged?
It is theoretically possible.
It's against regulations.
I'm talking physics, sir. The whole concept of alternate realities, entire alternate universes, was predicted by Einstein a long time
I
ago.
thought you might all be here. How's our boy?
He's gonna be just fine, General. Major Samuels.
That's Lieutenant Colonel Samuels now.
Samuels?
I beg your pardon, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You'll always be Sparky to me.
I thought you'd been transferred to the Pentagon, sir.
I was. Stargate mission analysis. I'm here today, of course, for the hearing.
Hearing?
Senator Kinsey, the Stargate program, I thought you were going to testify.
They will. SG-1 just returned from a mission last night. I haven't had the chance to inform them.
Well, perhaps I shouldn't say too much more.
Oh, cut the crap, Samuels.
What's going on?
Senator Kinsey has taken a great deal of interest in the program.
Kinsey's
Thus
a
far, he
Jack.
hasn't likely seen.
Sorry to hear that.
As you should be, Colonel. It could mean the end of the Stargate. The hearing is at 1400 hours. I look forward to seeing you all there.
I just hate these lug nuts. Politics.
Yes, sir, I understand. We'll fight the good fight.
General, politics isn't my strong suit, but doesn't President outrank Senator?
Senator Kinsey is chairman of the Appropriations Committee. He's
Of course he
demanded
is.
to know what's behind the line item the Pentagon refers to as Area 52.
That would be the Stargate.
It's an unofficial project. That just happens to cost $7.4 billion a year to operate. The President and the Joint Chiefs thought if they granted the Senator the appropriate clearances, let him in on the existence of the SGC, he'd recognize its importance to national security and authorize the expenditure.
I take it he didn't.
Yeah, it did backfire. After reading your mission reports and being fully briefed by Colonel Samuels, the Senator decided the SGC will receive no further funding from the Treasury.
That effectively shuts us down, sir.
Very effectively. It costs nearly $1 billion just to turn the lights on around here.
How about a bake sale? Yard sale?
Garage?
This is what I look like when I'm not laughing, Colonel.
Car wash? I'm sorry, sir. It's just, I don't get it. How does one man get that much power?
The Constitution of these United States. The issue of our worth could be debated openly in the Senate, but not without making the Stargate known to the general public. The president doesn't believe the time for that has come. I agree with him.
Yeah. I think at this point they could tell us and we wouldn't even notice.
He's late.
Because didn't they disclose aliens and we were all us like, eh, whatever.
I prefer battle, actually.
I'm sure once we tell him that Earth's future is at stake.
Daniel?
Let's just keep the alternate reality story as our little ace in the hole, shall we?
Why?
Just because.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. A certain congressman who will go nameless just does not know how to take no for an answer. This is the infamous SG-1.
Infamous. Yes, sir. Colonel Jack O'Neill.
Colonel, I've heard a lot about you.
Don't believe a word of it, Senator. I'm actually a nice guy.
And this must be the drain through which the money flows.
I know you have a very busy schedule, Senator.
Yes, of course, General Hammond. Please be seated. Let me see. Colonel O'Neill, Captain Carter, Dr. Jackson, Teal'c, with an apostrophe, I understand. Let me first say that though illness robbed me of the chance ever to serve in this country's military, I have the greatest respect for those who do, especially those who have made service of country their life's work, as I have in my own way. There is no more honorable vocation.
Thank you, Senator. I couldn't agree more.
Having said that, I want to make one thing abundantly clear. I am by nature suspicious of all things secretive, be they in the government or inside the military service. I believe that which grows in shadow but withers in the light of day does not belong on the vine. I've read several reports of your excursion. Colonel Samuels has been kind enough to brief me on the Stargate, and I have tried to maintain an open mind. I must admit that I find the very idea of this facility, of this command, offensive. It is far too dangerous to be this secretive. I have found several examples where you have averted tragedy on a global scale by the skin of your teeth, and virtually none where you have brought back anything of worth. However, since I have, on occasion, been wrong before, the President of the United States has asked me to hear you out. So here I am.
Well, as long as you've got an open mind.
Which he doesn't.
Colonel, for crying out loud, Samuels, would you tell this man
The truth.
Colonel Samuels was entirely nonpartisan.
No, he wasn't.
Now that's impossible. He's been against this program from day one.
If anything, I voiced my awe and amazement at what the Stargate is. A technological marvel.
It is so much more than that, Senator. The Stargate represents a giant step in our understanding of the universe. We have learned more about astrophysics in these few months than in the last 50 years.
It also gives us insights into human cultures that are thousands of years old.
Dr. Jackson, I'm sure as a scholar of ancient mythology, you are familiar with the story of Pandora.
From Greek mythology, of course. The first woman ever created by Zeus, who, according to legend, gave her a box and warned her never to open it.
But she did. Out of curiosity. Despite the warning of her god, who was also her father, she did. And from it sprung all the plagues, pestilence, and evil that exists now in this world.
And keeping in mind that we are talking about a myth, she closed it in time to keep hope inside.
Then should we not close your gate for the same reason, to keep hope inside?
Senator, if I may jump in here. I'm not as slick as you guys talking in metaphors here. I'm a military man. I prefer facts. And the fact is, the gate, i.e. the box, is already open. Now what's done is done. We made ourselves an enemy by killing Ra. But the threat the ghouls now represent...
Threat?
Yes, sir. As in, threatening.
The word threat, Colonel O'Neill, has been used far too often by this country's military as a justification for expenditures that we can no longer afford. Do you know how much this program costs?
$7-ish,
$7,407,000,000
give or take.
per year.
With all due respect, Senator, the accounting department is up on level 3, I believe. But if you want to talk about maintaining the first line of defense against what I believe is the greatest enemy humanity has ever faced.
Hyperbole.
See for yourself. General, I suggest we dial up old P4A771, I believe it was. See how long the good senator lasts in that world.
I have spent a career listening to doomsayers in uniform. Let us build our billion-dollar machine and we will save America from the barbarians at the gate. Let me remind you that the Cold War is over.
And let me tell you something. This time there really are barbarians. They're called ghouls. And they really are at the gate.
That one! Then I suggest we close it.
Senator, we have reason to believe that the Gould are about to launch an attack in force in ships.
Then I think they'll regret taking on the United States military.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, you're right. We'll just upload a computer virus into the mothership.
If they come in ships, Senator, we won't be any match for them. At their level of technology, they can wipe us out from orbit.
I'm not convinced of that.
They speak the truth.
I'm not entirely convinced of that either.
General, what the hell are we doing here? This man has made up his mind already.
Sit down, Colonel. When I've made up my mind, you will know it. I will ask you once more.
Does Senator outrank Colonel?
Please.
Colonel.
I gave the president my word that I would give you a fair hearing.
But you're
and I
not.
intend to do that. He held you and your team up as a shining example of the fine work the SGC is doing. Now, do you stand by SG-1's record?
Yes, I do.
Then let's just go through it, shall we?
Is this going to be a flashback episode?
Thank you. On February 10th of this year, you, along with a team led by Major Charles Kowalski, went through the Stargate on a reconnaissance mission.
Excuse me, Senator. Samuels, could I get a copy of that?
You wrote this report, Colonel.
Just one little reference.
To repeat, on the 10th of February of this year, you, along with a team led by Major Charles Kowalski, went through the Stargate on a reconnaissance mission to rescue both Dr. Jackson's wife and her brother, and to determine the Goa'uld threat.
Excuse me, Senator, I'm sorry. There should be an apostrophe after the A before the U. It's pronounced...
Go out.
I assumed, since shortly after arriving you were captured and imprisoned, that you would characterize this world as an enemy stronghold.
I would.
I read from the personal report of Colonel Jack O'Neill, dated the 23rd of February. Skara was chosen. I tried to stop them from taking him away, but was struck by an alien staff weapon. In that moment, Apophis gave the order. Kill the rest.
many pairs of glasses Daniel goes through before they finally get him LASIK?
Go! Come on! Go! There you go! Go! Come on!
So even with your team unarmed, at the enemy's mercy, in the palm of their hand, as it were, one of their own was able to set you free.
It wasn't that simple, Senator.
Read on, please.
We met heavy resistance on our return to the Stargate and became pinned down by enemy aircraft.
It seems to me that Major Kowalski made light work of what you referred to in your report as a death glider.
They were taken by surprise. I wouldn't expect it to be as easy next time.
Why not?
Well, for one thing, they weren't used to fighting humans with our level of technology. Now they know what we have.
I don't think you understand how much more powerful their weapons are.
And you managed to get away with minimal casualties. Hardly the greatest threat humanity has ever faced. What's happening?
It's just SG-2 returning on schedule, Senator. There's nothing to worry about.
Oh, I disagree, General. I think it is something to worry about.
Mr. Kinsey seems to be under the impression that the Gould are not a military threat.
You seem to have defeated them handily at every turn.
Did you read all the reports, sir? They actually killed us once.
Can generate energy shields around individuals. They can do the same thing with whole armies.
And ships. And have you ever seen one of these ships?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's from from the movie, isn't it?
It's the ship of the Goa'uld Niti, an enemy of Apophis.
Oh, what the hell is that?
We must go. We must get to the Stargate.
No argument from me!
This Goa'uld Niti, he once sent an emissary of peace, negotiated treaty concerning the Stargate Apophis had taken control of. The negotiation was a ploy. The Stargate was destroyed.
You escaped, Colonel. On foot, I might add. Just one of these Goa'uld ships was responsible for the deaths of SG-7 and the entire local population. And that's over 1,000 people.
The point is, sir, we have seen how the Goa'uld have destroyed entire civilization. Hello? Hello. What are you?
Energy, unity. You would describe me thus.
You asked for help.
If I remain here, my energy will disintegrate. I must return.
Why did you not speak before?
Fear.
Fear what?
The Goa'uld came to our planet long ago. We were not afraid then, and we tried to greet them. One of them touched us as you did, and was destroyed by our energy.
The ghouls must have come through the gate exploring.
That's why it was afraid. We look just like them.
One of the ghouls was killed?
They gathered all the unity in one place, and ended it.
We confirmed gold energy weapons did it.
Then that pit wasn't a ceremonial place at all. It was some kind of mass grave.
That's right.
I'd call that a threat.
Admittedly, these Goa'uld are a dangerous race.
More dangerous than you could possibly know.
Well, if they're so strong, why did you switch sides in the first place?
Because what is right cannot be measured by strength. Your world values freedom. I wish that very same freedom for my people.
Well, I don't want to appear callous, sir, but I believe that's your problem, not ours.
Are you an American
It
senator?
will soon be yours as well, Senator Kinsey. For the Goa'uld are as powerful as they are evil. The Goa'uld have enslaved a galaxy of worlds.
I don't care about other worlds. I must place the citizens of this country first.
Then you would be wise to heed our warning, Senator Kinsey. For when the Goa'uld finally do come in force, and they will, your citizens, as the strongest, most powerful country of this world, will be among the first to die.
On your return from the Teal'c mission, Major Kowalski became infested with a Goa'uld parasite, correct?
That's correct.
He very nearly destroyed this facility.
Nothing. Come, sir.
You cannot pass.
Wow, you sent the coordinates for Teal'c.
Set the auto-destruct sequence on the fail-safe device.
How do you have the code?
I don't know, but I need 2 ranking officers to override in your end.
Alright, that did it. Open the blast doors.
Oh, this is gonna chop off his head, right? Part of his head. Poor Jack.
Yes, you did. On that occasion, with the loss of a fine officer, you did. But consider the myriad plagues you could bring back through the Stargate. Reason enough to shut it down forever. Colonel Sanders.
I quote now from the official report of General Hammond, dated March of this year, concerning a dangerous disease brought back by SG-1 from another world. Sir, I'm afraid I have a serious situation here. It appears we've brought a very contagious disease through the Stargate. Yes, sir, that's right. Well, sir, I've ordered the mountain sealed off, but I think you should order in an armored division to set up a second line of defense. Well, sir, my recommendation is that anyone attempting to leave the mountain should be shot on sight. And their body burned.
Sorry, Colonel O'Neill, but your private room just became semi-private. Running out of places to put all the victims. We've used the rigs, we've used the temp quarters, some of the storage rooms. Did you say something?
Yes, Mom.
What? Give more what? An injection? You mean you want more sedative? You've already had more than the maximum safe dosage, twice as much as anyone else because you've been more violent.
Yes.
No, it's not safe.
Yeah. Yes.
Why are you so insistent? Must have been in a lot of pain. Colonel O'Neill? So you are still in there somewhere. I'm afraid not, Colonel. It's very real. This is interesting. Enough sedative must knock back the primitive mind. Colonel, listen to me. I am not going to be able to keep you at this level very long. It is too dangerous. It could cause permanent brain damage.
What? What is it?
It's a parasitic virus. All we can tell is that it seems to mess with body chemicals, all of them. Testosterone levels skyrocket, thus the aggressive behavior. It's a histaminolytic, which means it breaks down histamine. Well, experiment on you? No, sir, I can't do that.
if you hadn't been able to find a cure so readily, if it had reached the general population, if the effects weren't reversible. Colonel O'Neill, you very nearly died on yet another occasion when infected by
Nanocytes, sir.
He does get into a lot of trouble.
Owen's coming back.
Captain. So what did you find out?
Wow.
Come on now, don't keep the elderly waiting. It's rude.
It isn't a virus.
All right, what is it?
Well, Dr. Fraser and I came up empty. She's still working on it. But it's going to take time.
Time is something these people don't have, Captain.
Nor do I.
Colonel, there's something else. Your blood sample showed way more organisms compared to the Argosians.
How many more?
Maybe on the level of 100 times more. And they are multiplying.
Cut to it, Captain.
You're accelerating.
At the rate you're changing, by the end of 2 weeks, you'll be the equivalent of 100 years old. You've given the nanocytes some live tissue to interact with, but they aren't touching it. The only thing they appear to do is make more of themselves. So, how are they causing the aging on Argos?
Maybe there's something on Argos that they need to make them do another task. Something in the air or with the food.
What's the problem, Captain Carter?
I don't know. Well, it's eating through the rubber. Oh my God. What? They're trying to spread. We're working with computer simulations and practical simulations. Realistically, sir, I'm afraid it might take years.
The General says that gate travel to Argos is strictly off limits for the next few millennia. But we can send objects through, so if you need anything, just call. Say something.
Colonel, I've learned very much from you. Thank you.
You know, goodbyes really suck.
It was a really sad episode.
As I understand it, you almost lost containment, Captain Carter.
Yes, they tried to mutate in the lab. But after the incident, the General ordered all samples of the nanocyte destroyed.
And what about next time?
Well, there won't be a next time. The nanocytes, the transmitter devices, everything that tampered with the population of that world has been destroyed.
In fact, SG-2 just made contact with Kinsey's planet just a few weeks ago. They are living long, productive lives because of us. Now, I am very proud of what we did there.
I might even retire there.
You have no fear of it, do you, Colonel? It's like a game to you.
No, sir. Anything as powerful as the Stargate deserves respect. We know how dangerous it is to do what we do. We also know how important it is.
Colonel O'Neill, you are like reckless children and you're playing with fire.
If you shut down this program now, when it's needed most...
For what?
To gather technology, weapons.
Not at this price or this level of competence.
My people are the best out there, Senator.
I'm sorry, General, but your best is not good enough. I do not approve of nor support this endeavor, and I have heard nothing here today that would change my mind. I intend to shut the Stargate down.
Senator, please. Please, listen to me.
I think he's made up his mind, Dr. Jackson.
You want your one reason? I'll give it to you. What if I told you I knew that they were coming? In ships. What if I said that a ship larger than the Great Pyramids was going to land right on top of this mountain in a matter of weeks, maybe days?
Then I would be curious to know why you've waited until this moment before saying so.
Because I didn't think anyone would believe me. And if I didn't live through it myself, I'm not sure I would, but it is a fact. And if you shut this program down, you'll have robbed us of our one chance to stop them before they get here.
Where did you learn this information?
On our last mission. We came across a civilization with a level of technology similar to our own. They had been wiped out. They left behind a warning. Beware the destroyers. Now, along with that warning came a set of numbers. Coordinates that indicate where the final Gould attack will be launched from.
And did all of you witness this warning?
No, sir, they didn't. Just me.
Sir, we think Daniel may have experienced an interdimensional transfer to an alternate reality.
I beg your pardon. The moment I touched an alien artifact on 233, when I was separated from the rest of the team, I was actually transported to an alternate reality where Earth was already under Gould attack. I got this when I was there.
I haven't. I've heard enough of this.
Senator, the Gould were bombarding our cities from space. We were defenseless against their weapons.
Dr. Jackson, I do not suffer fools gladly.
Nor do I, Senator, and I'm telling you, when we killed Rod 2 years ago, we set into motion a chain of events that will eventually lead to an all-out attack on Earth by the Gould.
If this is so, why have they waited?
It will take time for Apophis to assemble the necessary forces.
Right. The society is feudal. It would take time to build an army. Look, all I know is the location that they are going to launch the final attack from. If you don't believe me, just let us dial in the coordinates and let us go there and find out.
How many ships, Dr. Jackson? Has anyone detected their approach?
I can't be sure of the exact details. I mean, there were differences between that reality and this one.
Oh, of course there were.
I am not crazy.
Nor am I, Dr. Jackson. Neither am I unused to 11th hour pace, though never have I heard one so desperate as this.
Senator, they are coming.
Then I say, let them come.
Where do you get this bureaucratic bull? You're talking suicide.
Colonel O'Neill, you underestimate this great nation.
It is you who underestimates the enemy. We have challenged Apophis. He will not rest until the people of this world worship him as their god.
There is only one God, sir. And I do not believe for one moment that he will allow what you're trying to tell me to come to pass. We are, after all, one nation under God.
And you think God is going to save us?
The Goa'uld will believe they are gods, and your beliefs will not dissuade them.
If the Goa'uld do come, then we will be able to tell them we have buried our gate in the ground forever and will never step through it again. If they challenge us, we shall prevail.
You're a fool.
And if they do not come, which I think is infinitely more likely, then at least Pandora's box will have finally been closed, once and for all. Now, if you will excuse me, I have business to attend to.
Oh, this guy.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry it had to end like this.
Get out of here.
General Hammond, I would like to request permission to return to the Stargate before it's permanently sealed. If this world does not intend to continue its struggle against the Goa'uld, then here I do not belong.
I think I'm going with it. I cannot let Colonel. I'm sorry, but you know that. The President has made it perfectly clear if we were unable to convince the Senator, we would cease operations effective immediately.
Sir, there are still 2 SG teams off-world.
We'll keep the light on until they return, but that's all I'm authorized to do.
So what?
That's it. That's it, Colonel.
Can't be.
With all due respect, sir,
So with all due respect, the good senator is an ass.
He is an elected official of the government we are sworn to serve, and whether we agree or disagree, he's made his decision. Our commander-in-chief has given us our orders accordingly. expect you all to carry them out. Dismissed.
Bureaucracy. That sucks, guys. Aww. What do you think? Comment below, let me know. I hate Kinsey so much. I can't even. Ugh! He just becomes a huge thorn in your side throughout the entire series. Alright guys, remember to give this video a like and a thumbs up. Remember, okay? If you're not already a fan geek, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you know every time we drop a new video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys!